Yes! It's that time of the day! What time, you ask? Why, it's time for Dick Fore and the curly hairs to wow you. Dick is short for Richard. And the curly hairs, you ask? Well, they are little people. All with curly hair! We couldn't very well call the band Dick and the Little Curly Hairs, now could we? That would just be inappropriate. This is a family show which segues perfectly into our song. Yes, a song about forgiveness, about being the bigger man! A 1, 2, 3, a 1, 2, 3, 4, oh! I started by burning her hypothetical grocery list. It wasn't real, but the celery knew what it did. I replaced my doormat with emotional sandpaper. Every time someone visits, they scrape away residual betrayal from her alternate universe behavior. I turned my living room into a crime scene simulation and positioned velvet ropes around where she would have stood if she'd ever walked back in after the fake miscarriage we never processed. I held a 4-hour forgiveness vigil for the way she blinked during the fantasy I had about our dinner in Bruges. Her pupils lingered on the waiter, so I lit 2 floating lanterns made from shredded coffee filters and boundary issues. I dipped a quill into my own passive aggression and signed her pardon on parchment I had inscribed with ancient emojis of distrust. In another reality, she crashed my metaphysical retirement party. She brought a man shaped like a lowercase r. He made eye contact with my karma, so I excommunicated our shared reincarnation agreement. I mailed an apology to my future self for almost taking her back in the 2009 version of reality where we met in a canoe. She wore cargo shorts. That's how I knew she was faking an enlightenment. I forgave her across 6 dimensions and an Airbnb dream loop. Especially when she sighed too loudly during my imagined TED Talk acceptance speech. I forgave her for ghosting me with psychic arrogance while I was trying to spoon her better self across time and space. I built a papier-mâché apology shrine and filled it with toothpicks from meals we never ate. If she doesn't appreciate that, then who's really selfish? I converted my guest room into a gallery of uncommitted infractions. Room 1. The laugh that lasted too long at her imaginary ex's joke. Room 2. The outfit that was technically fine but spiritually inappropriate. Room 3. The email she didn't write but would have if he'd been witty enough. There's a gift shop, but I only sell false closure and laminated restraint. I once forgave her for everything all at once. Big mistake! She didn't react properly in my mind, so I revoked the grace and sent a cease and desist to her aura. She still hasn't responded, which means she's learned nothing. I forgave her for confusing intuition with entitlement. For the time she emotionally double-dipped an astral barbecue-flavored flavor chip into my sense of safety. I forgave the version of her who asked to keep the toaster when we split during a lucid dream. I even forgave the almond she ate too smugly in the imagined breakup brunch. But I won't forget how ungrateful she was in the apology she refused to receive. I stopped waiting for her to change. Instead, I constructed 7 different final forms of her personality and let them fight each other in a laser tag arena made of memory foam and ethical gray zones. There had to be 7 different versions because I could not risk him having a fair fight. Just like I believe she wouldn't allow every time she argued in my mind. The winning version looked like regret. She bowed, I nodded, we never spoke again. That was the most closure she ever gave me. I hired a fictional mediator to help us process our third argument about the tone of the second candle I never lit. She cried like a plant dying in reverse. I offered emotional salve in the form of interpretive jazz hand gestures. She clapped. I forgave her for the way she didn't thank me aloud. I forgave her for stepping on my emotional shadow in a past life. I forgave her for mispronouncing my soul name in the womb of hypothetical intimacy. I forgave her for folding the towel the wrong way in the spiritual Airbnb I built for us. I forgave her absence for not texting me back through dreams. And now I walk in peace with one sandal and a matching emotional. She didn't ask for my forgiveness, but neither did her imaginary crimes. And I'm nothing if not just. This is emotional landscaping in another woman's dimension. I lit the candle, she blew it out from somewhere she'll deny ever being. As you can see, folks, forgiveness is not earned. It's literally the give in forgiveness. Even if they refuse to entertain the notion of mentally entering the Akashic record, and you might need to Google that. But even then, you must forgive. This makes you the bigger